Hello, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. For today's practice, you'll need a sturdy chair and a tennis ball. The focus of the practice will be moving our legs and feet and toes in all directions to help improve circulation in the legs. So come to your chair. We'll use the tennis ball a little bit later. Sit on the edge of your chair so your feet can be grounded in the earth. And we're just going to start by doing some standing on the ball of your feet and then moving to the heel. So kind of pointing your toes and flexing. Sitting up tall, shoulders down and back. And we'll just do this a couple times. You could start to move with your breath. So maybe breathing in as your toes come up, exhaling as your heels come up. So maybe slowing down the movement a little bit. Let your feet come back to the ground, and we'll just do some, you can actually do your fingers too. Make like a fist with your hands and then spread your fingers and toes. So kind of both your hands and toes doing the same thing. Let's build some circulation in our fingers too while we're at it. And you could breathe with your movement. So exhaling as you squeeze, inhaling as you open. Let's do a couple more of those. And then come back to seated. Next, we're going to do a movement that goes like this. You'll lift your leg up, unbend your knee, flex your foot, unbend, and down. So we'll follow that movement a couple times. You could hold on to the bottom of your chair. Let's do one more on this side. And then we'll switch to the other side. So lifting, straightening your leg, keeping that knee lifted, and then setting it down. So you might notice that the front part of your leg gets a little tired, and that's helpful because that's a cue that you know that you're working and the blood is starting to flow. So let's do a couple more of those. One more. And down. So now straighten your front leg, and we're just going to lift and lower. Lift with your toes pointed and lower. And we'll just do two more of those. And then come back to center. And then lift and lower. And these can be done any time of day. So if you notice you've been sitting a while, maybe your feet feel kind of chilly, that's an indication that your circulation might have slowed down a little bit. So this can help get things flowing. Just a couple small moves. So we'll come back to seated. Take your tennis ball at the bottom of your foot and just start to roll up and down. So I'm not going to do this very long. These exercises, typically if you spend about 5 minutes on your feet with the tennis ball, it can be really helpful. So just doing up and down several times and then side to side, kind of zigzagging on the base of your foot. And then practicing a little bit with trying to pick the ball up with your toes. So letting your toes do a little bit of work. And then switching to the other foot. And again, this is something that you can do. You can have your tennis ball maybe sitting by a chair that you sit at frequently and really spend some time rolling the ball on the bottom of your foot. And then maybe taking a few times trying to pick that ball up with your toes, just giving your toes a little bit of extra movement. And then we can let the tennis ball go away. Come to the back of your chair, so you'll be standing up, and we'll be doing some of the movements that we just did seated, but standing. So the first one we'll do is come onto the balls of your feet and then sink back into your heels. So you can use the chair for support, if you feel like your balance might be compromised, but you could try to do it without, but make sure that you're safe. So just do that a couple times. So coming to your heels, standing on your tippy toes, really standing on your, when you come to your tippy toes, really stretching high. So feeling your calf muscles starting to work. So again, maybe the muscles feel a little tired, and that's an indication that blood is going to start pumping through there, so increasing your circulation. Okay, so now we'll do a similar exercise like we did seated. We'll hold on to the chair, knee up, leg up, and down. So bending at the knee, straighten with your toes up and down. Let's do that a couple times. Let's do one more. And then we'll move to the other side. So lifting your left leg, kicking, bending, and down. So it's also nice because you're standing on one foot, so you're also getting the benefit of practicing your balance. Let's do one more on this side. And then we'll come back to the right leg, standing on left foot. Kick your foot out, flex your foot, point, and down. Up, flex foot, point, and down. Let's do one more of those. Foot up, flex, and point, and down. Then the other leg, leg up, flex your foot, point, and down. Flex, point, and down. So now come to your chair. Have your feet about hip width distance apart, just so a point where you feel nice and stable. And what we're going to do is sink down and stand up. So really now starting to incorporate the larger muscles of our legs. Larger muscles need more blood when they work. So that is another way to get blood flowing through your legs all the way down to your feet. Let's do two more of these. Kicking your hips back, sinking the weight into your heels, and then standing up. And there's your practice. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.